Hi everyone, and welcome to a new part of the Everything I've Ever Colored series. I had recorded this video already, but due to something, I don't know, it was erased from my phone, and so I had to do it all over. I have been pretty busy the past weeks. There was also a lot on my mind, privately and also YouTube-wise, with the new settings for children's videos and etc. But now I have a few minutes on my side, so I thought I could grab those and film my new part. So I hope you will enjoy. I'm starting this episode with the Enchanting Fairies coloring book. It's artwork by Margaret Tarrant. And I really like those flower fairies. I only did one, unfortunately, so far in this book. And it's this one. As you can see, I didn't follow the original colors. And to be honest, I like my version a bit better. Just because they have some snow here and there. I don't have a torch with me, but there's a bit of shimmery stuff here and there to create the it's visible on this leaf, for instance. There's also a bit on his head, but it's to create an icy look, in fact. So it was very nice to work on. Really loved doing this. So I have to grab this book soon again. There's different types of drawings, more autumnal and more wintry, really summery also. So, very lovely book. The next one is also about fairies, but another style. I did quite a few in this one. I really like this one. It has great paper. It's a thick book. And yeah, it has been fun working in it. So I'm going to start from the back. It's always a bit easier. This one is the first that I can show. Here I try to play with light effects on her hand, and she has some light on her face also, because of all those little dots that are giving light. Not a lot of shimmer going on here, just a little bit. I've kept it quite decent for my style. The next one. This is very suitable for this month. It's quite icy looking. I can't remember all the materials that I've used, but I hope you like it without knowing what's on this page. I've used metallic paints, that I can tell. And I really like that blushy look that she has on her nose and cheeks. And there's some shimmer on her wings. Some stickles on her dress. And the other materials, I'm not sure. Sorry if I have to zoom in and out constantly, but I don't have an autofocus. This one is a special one. And by special I mean the background. I've used the Drusilla powders. You can see a lot of bleed through. But the crinkly page, I do it for the crinkly pages, to be honest. I really like them. And it was quite a simple page, only a flying fairy, and it becomes interesting using the Drusilla powders. And I also tried to give her face a bit of light from that torch. Just very subtle. It's really lovely to try and play with that again. She has some metallic looking wings. And this is the mermaid in a limited color palette. There's some metallic paints on top of, I think this is Neo 2. And the pencil brand that I've used, so I can't remember anymore. It's really lovely how she turned out too. This was one of the first ones that I did. I did a lot of splattering with acrylic paint. I don't know what the base of this background is. I think it's Neo 2, but I'm not sure. So, enjoyed working on this one. And that's it for this book. So quite a few, not super many, but it's definitely one with quite a lot. Another elf, yeah, this is Elves coloring book. It's a German one. I've seen it on EMCP, Evelyn, she's called, a German great colorist. She did, she showed her coloring book collection, and this book was one of them. So if you want to take a look on Amazon Germany, if you are from Germany or from Belgium, the Netherlands, maybe you can order them from out of America also, I don't know. Although I believe there's an English version, but I couldn't tell. It would be Elves coloring book for adults, I think. Can I? No. There's no English title. So I couldn't tell how it's called. But if I'm not mistaken, I've seen an English version. This one is quite a bright one. And in fact, the elf had short hair. But to me, she really looked like a tomboy. Or how do you say it? Yeah. And so I gave her some fluffy hair, half long instead of short, because she only had a bob like this or a pony, but I wanted to give her some extra hair. And this is in fact kind of a hair glitter to put in your hair during festivities. And as you can see, it has little figures, moon and stars. So it was nice to use it on her wings. And the only other one that I've colored so far is this one. I just got my Pablo pencils that were gifted from my lovely friend Melody, and I remember calling her Pabla because she was done in Pablo pencils. The flowers aren't. Those were a base layer of markers with pencil on top, and the flowers themselves are so super ugly, but the focus was my little girl, and I'm happy how she turned out. I'm going to take a look. I've added some Spectrum Noir clear glitter to make it look rainy on all those lines here. I hope it's a bit visible. So she's really standing in the rain. And that was it for this book. And then I have Fairies by Alena Lazareva. I've only done one, and I'm not too fond of this one. I don't know what I don't like. Maybe the simplicity of the flowers, and there's also something wrong with that glow that I wanted to give. this girl. Yeah, no, not just my cup of tea. The image is beautiful, but my coloring, I wish I had done her differently, but yeah, nothing to do about that anymore. In the 100 coloring pages line art, part 2, I've done 2 so far. This was the second, no, this was the first one I did, I believe. Yeah. And I used some water media, and I think, not sure what I used. Yeah, also Arteza brush pens, I think, with pencils on top. And I have some bubbles with glitter. There's hardly any coloring page from my hand without glitter. And the next one I did was this magic. Now it's quite visible, but if you're looking from far away, the only thing that is quite well seen is the white splattering, but if I turn my page, you can see a lot of other colors. And so I wanted to create the impression that she was a bit angry looking, thinking I'm only I can only show the white stars and not everything else, but in fact everything else was shown too, but it's not that super good, or not, yeah, it's not well to be seen or to be explained. So that was this one. Next, the Red Queen. I've bought a few books in that kind of style. I'm going to take these together. I've bought those second hand. They were in perfect condition. And I did this coloring. It's quite a lot of work because a lot of details. I don't think it was a night sky in the book. It was just daylight, but I went for a moon. And yeah, I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. It's not my best, but it's quite okay. And it's a specific style also, these drawings. I believe the lady that draws these figures is Yvonne Gilbert. It's very beautiful, but you really must be into something intricate. But it's a lovely book. The next one is the Lunar Chronicles, also based on a young adult novel. Also bought second hand. And I did this one. And I've used some stencils and went over it with soft pastels. Love this art style also. I love this one. I was so happy with how she turned out. And there's a bit of metallic paint here and there. I really like the soft look of this picture. And then there's her. Also very fond of her. Not too fond of the starry background, but yeah. And that was it for this book. I've never read the Lunar Chronicles, only Cinder. So, but it has been a while, and I wouldn't know how all the characters are looking. So it could be totally a wrong impression. Another one I've bought second hand. A show that I never watched, so I don't know if I have colored her in the correct colors. She's called Drusilla. So yeah, and here I wanted to give it a special effect with the running down paint and some, yeah, blood splattering, or it had to look like blood. In fact, I believe there was some kind of weird object drawn here and I didn't like that, so I've painted the background black and went over it with acrylic paints, splatters, and yeah, it's more my cup of tea, like this is drawn. Then we have the Throne of Glass coloring book. Also a second-hand one. Only did one in this. And in the beginning I didn't like it at all. But now I must say it has, yeah. I don't think that there's something wrong with it. I like the sky. And yeah, it has grown on me, I think. I don't think I did another one. This is has some different artists, I believe, the pictures. Never read this series. And then the last two books are by Karolina Kubikowska. Really like her dark style, but I also like her lighter way of pictures. This was a tryout page, so that has not to be shown. Her newest one is it's less dark than this one. So I've done this one. It's from 2017 and it's noticeable, it's more faded coloring wise. It's quite a thick book. It has thick paper too. What else have I done in this one? Not too much. This one. No shimmer. I don't think that I was using stickles back then. This one. I really can tell that they are older. I'm not too fond of most of them. Although that I like this one with the soft pastel colors. And since I like to read too, I thought it was suitable to color in this page. And then the last two in this book are this lady with the wolf. Also not super fond of how I've colored this in, but yeah. And this is the last one in this book. Also very soft, but I like this one. This is not too bad. And the last one is Imaginary Friends. I still have a whip in here that I haven't finished. I'm going to start in the back. I did this in a video series for the Halloween time this year. Use the brush show powders. I use the brush show powders quite a lot in this book because the paper is super thick. And the pictures are they're lighter than in her other book. I did a video series on this page too. Also the use of brush show powders and watercolors for the leaves and the mushrooms. This is a whip. It's awful what I did to these diamonds. It's no. So that's why I don't have the feeling anymore to color in this further. I will eventually bring her to life, but for now I'm disturbed by those ugly crystals. I've done her as well. Really like that watery effect on the flowers. And the very first page in the book is done too. It's quite a busy one with all the stains and everything that's going on, but I like it too. Wow, this book is so heavy. And there are some golden accents. And now I have to say a quick goodbye because I'm over my 20 minutes, and if I'm not careful, then my camera is chopping my words and stopping filming. So I hope you've enjoyed this new part. I will try to film another one soon, and for the time being, happy coloring, take care, and talk to you later. Bye.